Hi everyone, so the first thing that we're going to use is our MAC Prep+Prime primer. It's the base Visage primer, and then I'm going straight in with my foundation. Today I'm using MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and the colour I'm using is NC15 because it's wintertime and my skin's gone very pale. I'm buffing that in with a flat brush. The next thing I'm doing is concealing with MAC Select Cover Up. I'm going to conceal underneath my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, on my chin, and also on my forehead. Next, I'm going to set that with some powder. It's the Mineralize Skin Finish powder from MAC, and another MAC product. I'm going in and doing my contour using this sort of wedge-shaped brush, and oddly enough, I'm using the colour Wedge from MAC. And for this look, you want it to be quite, as I said, it's sort of a goth kind of look, so we're saying no to bronzer today. Yes to the bronze, no to bronzer, and Buffy fans will understand what that means. But I am using a blush. I'm using Melba by MAC, and epic fail, look what I did there, I put way too much on my brush. Incidentally, the brush that I'm using is Sigma F40. So I had to go in with my foundation brush and just sort of sort that out because I put way too much on. I'm not using a highlighter as such, I'm just going in with a really light mineralized skin finish powder. I think it's just called Light actually from MAC, instead of actually highlighting with a shimmery powder. I'm going in with Painterly, which is a paint pot from MAC, which is going to hold on to my green eyeshadow, of which there will be much, and then I'm just going to set it with a white eyeshadow. This is a very nondescript eyeshadow, don't worry too much about what you're using. I'm just using Wedge as a transition shade on the crease. Now this colour here, again, very nondescript. I think I got it from Boots a couple of years ago. It's probably now discontinued, I expect. Any green, lime sort of nice green will do. That one that I was just holding up, that's from just one of those palettes that you can get off eBay. The palette that I have is the Beautify Cosmetics palette. They're like £10 or I don't know, $15 or something like that. So I'm just going in and I'm using a really fluffy brush just to buff that in all over the crease. Then I'm using a number 7 pencil brush, and I'm taking that green colour underneath my eye as well and smoking it out. To intensify the colour, I'm going to take this flat brush from the Body Shop, and it's the eyeshadow blender brush. I've coated it with my Urban Decay setting spray, and then I've dipped it back into the green, and it just intensifies that colour. I'm taking this shimmery greeny blue colour now, and I'm taking a medium angled shading brush from Sigma, it's the E70, and I'm just intensifying that colour and adding some dimension to the crease. I'm taking that same pencil brush from number 7, and I'm going to use that darker green colour again, and I'm taking it underneath the eye and smoking out underneath. After that, take a sort of a grey gunmetal, not quite black colour, and again with your angled brush, you're going to intensify the crease again, and it's going to go out into kind of like a V-shaped sort of a wing. This is where we're really intensifying that green, we're really making this a really good statement eye. Again, going back to the lightest green that we used beforehand, I'm just taking a fluffy brush and sort of blending it all out a little bit. Then I'm going to highlight underneath my brow with that white colour. Again, these are pretty nondescript products. You don't really have to use anything too expensive unless you're really fussy, but a lot of this was from just, you know, bits and pieces that I've had in my kit for ages, just because I thought maybe one day I'd like to use a bright green or something. I'm just going to pat that light green colour in the inner corners of my eye, just so it's a really vampy, smoky green eye, and then filling in my brows, as always, with the Kaylin Gel Luxe, and the colour that I use is Cocoa. not forgetting to blend those in, and if you need to, you can add a little bit of concealer to carve those out as well. And I'm using the concealer brush from Sigma, it's the F70. If you need to, just clean it up with a beauty blender as well. Now to add dimension, I'm taking that white colour that I used at the start and I'm just patting it on to the very middle of my eyelid. I'm going in with Maybelline gel liner and creating a nice defined wing. After that, I'm going to add some mascara, curling my lashes first, and then I'm going to add some nice wispy eyelashes. Don't forget to curl your lashes first and add a little bit of mascara before you put the lashes on, because it just makes them look more natural and to blend in with your natural lashes better. Next, I'm going to go onto the lip. It's also a statement lip as well as the eyes. And this lip pencil is called Mauve Moment, and it's from Max Factor. Now, the dark color that I'm going to be using for the lips bleeds quite a lot, so I decided to use this lipstick wax pencil. I'll add a couple of websites where you can get one of these down in the description box. Now, the color that I was referring to, I'm using the Lip Tar test tube, which is just a tiny lip tar, from Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics, and the color is Vintage. Now this says it's a matte. It's not matte, it's totally gloss. So another thing that I noticed about this as well, I had to do about 4 layers. As you can see there, with the first couple of layers, it's still just a dark sort of a pink. You have to add 3 or 4 layers to make it that real dark blood red color that we're after. And here I'm just going to add a little bit more just because. And that's our Evil Willow look from Buffy. I hope you liked it. I'll see you guys later.